All right. Just going to make sure here that you guys can hear me. Okay, looks like volume is good. Hey, OB Adventures, my friend in Columbia, South Carolina. Olson, what's up, man? What's up? Um, I wasn't able to do the live stream in Boracay because the place we were staying, the internet was kind of, I wasn't sure whether their internet could handle the live stream. I wanted to actually do it by that infinity pool because, like, I was just so impressed with the fairways and blue waters. That was the first time Dazzle and I been inside of it because before I always thought because it's away from Front Beach and everything that Dazzle and I like to do is at Front Beach. Dazzle's Coco Mama, uh, Leanna's ice flakes, the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Just the things that we like doing when we go to Boracay. It's on White Beach, and a friend actually asked me fairways and blue water whether it's what station 1, 2, or 3. My friend Ray in Sacramento, and it's actually not in any of the station. It's if you're leaving like D Mall, it's like headed towards Yapak or like City Mall, Boracay area. And that's why Dazzle and I, we never really like, well, if we stay there, we're kind of far from all the action, the action in Boracay. But man, we are so impressed. I mean, that's probably the nicest room that we've ever had, period. That's a not, our friends, Chris and Eloisa, they booked us a villa, and I think you've seen it on the videos that I published already. I mean, it's an amazing room. It's like right on the golf course, and we were like walking distance to City Mall, Boracay, so which was really nice. So there's if we got hungry, like Dazzle wanted some mang inasal, the inasal chicken, so we were right there, and it's just amazing. It's just an amazing place. Now I can highly recommend Fairways and Blue Water if you're looking for a place in Boracay away from the crowd. Because I know not everybody likes the crowd that's on White Beach. Because it gets crowded at White Beach, especially at sunset time. Everybody, that's kind of like the golden hour in Boracay, so everybody comes out for the golden hour, and it's packed. I mean, there's not a day in Boracay. It doesn't matter what time of the year. Sunset, it's packed on White Beach, but at Fairways Blue Water, they have their own private, nice beach. It's actually called Paradise Cove. I mean, it's the beach is like amazing, white sand, blue water. I mean, like it's like I was like blown away by that area they call a Paradise Cove. And then they have an infinity pool, and I was like in love with that infinity pool because like you can swim and you got a view of the ocean, you got a view of the keyhole, that the mountain area. It's just like that's probably like the best swimming pool view that I've seen in Boracay Island, hands down. There's not even can come close to that infinity pool that they have there. And the grounds were very well kept. The staff, I mean, all the staff are so polite. They greet you. It's like they put their hand on their heart. They bow. I mean, it's like it was just an amazing stay. It's like one of the best vacations for Dazzle and I. And we've been coming to Boracay. You guys know we go to Boracay all the time, but that was probably one of our best trip ever in Boracay Island. Just so thankful to our friends Chris and Eloisa. They're so generous, very generous to have gotten us a room at that villa at Fairways and Blue Water. OB Olson, I sold my Transformers collection. First step to my freedom. to go move to the Philippines. Hey, man, that's what you got to do, brother. I know it was hard for you to let go. I know how collections are. I had them when I was in the United States. I used to collect baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards, sports memorabilia. I had signed helmets and all that when I lived in the United States. So I know, but they're just possessions, brother. And what happens with possessions? They kind of get a hold of us. You end up like worrying about moving to another area because of your possessions. What am I going to do with my possessions? Where am I going to store my possessions? Man, once you get rid of all that possessions, you're going to really feel the freedom of not being attached to anything material. And just you're going to start stressing less, start enjoying life more. Man, it is pouring outside. I mean, it's like when we were in Boracay on our trip there, on our boat headed to Boracay Island, we were seeing light rain, but like the whole time we were in Boracay, sunshine. We did not see any rain. I even brought my umbrella and I brought my raincoat because I was worried. Sometimes when you go to Boracay, it's like you can go there for 2-3 days and the whole time it could be raining, and it wasn't like that at all. We got like sunshine. I think my new friend Shirley, they're part of Chris and Eloisa's family. She said she did a prayer before headed towards Boracay. So maybe we were blessed with the good weather in Boracay because of Shirley. So it was just an amazing time. I mean, it was like the best vacation that Dazel and I have had in a while. E. James from Puerto Rico. All right, brother. Welcome to the channel, man. You're the first time that I've seen your name. I don't get many viewers from Puerto Rico. So thank you. Thank you for coming on the live stream, brother. Horace. All right, Horace. You're on time, man. All right, man. Thank you so much, Horace. I hope I know you're doing work with. I know you're in Altadena with the fire. Hopefully, that's. I know that's got to be like just a sad sight to see. All the damage. I was actually talking to one of the subscribers, Matt. He lives in Santa Monica, and he says he's evacuated his place that he stays in Santa Monica like 6 times, during the wildfires. And I don't think he said it hasn't ended. He still could be evacuating still because there's still some fires like in North Los Angeles by Ventura. And he said the smoke and the smell, in his area, you can really feel it. So, my prayers just go out for everybody in Los Angeles County because I stayed 10 years there. I know those area. It's like that was my landing place when I moved to the United States. Hollywood, California was where I landed, and then we moved to Long Beach, California, and I graduated high school in Long Beach. So, my prayers and just my thoughts are with the people in Los Angeles County. AB. Hi, I am Olson's wife. All right, all right. I'll have to mark that down. Trying not to freak out about our big move. Hey, man, you shouldn't freak out, because you guys, it's not like I know you guys are financially well off, and if you're financially well off, the Philippines is a great place. A great place to live because. Here, I know you still got kids, younger age kids here in the Philippines. Man, you can hire nannies here. You can hire a maid here. Since you guys have that financial capability to do that. And I know in the U.S. that's hard to do, even if you have money in the U.S. because that stuff costs money in America. But here in the Philippines, man, you guys are going to be spoiled here. You can get a driver here if you don't want to drive. You can pick a good area to retire here. You won't have problems like if you're worried about your kids' education here in the Philippines because you guys got money, and that's pretty much anywhere you go in the world. If you got money, man, it's like there's a good education available, private schools. Your kids are not going to be at a disadvantage by moving here to the Philippines. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. It's like because I went to school at both. I went to school my elementary years. I attended Letron College, a private all boys Catholic school in Manila, one of the big private schools in Manila. And when I moved to the United States, the classes that I attended, because I attended at Long Beach Wilson High, it was easy for me. Math, science, all that was easy for me. And even my English, because like when I went to school here at a private school in Manila, we spoke English. We weren't allowed to speak Tagalog. All the lessons were in English. During recess, we weren't allowed to talk in Tagalog. My classmates, and I see that now with kids here. Like even in Kalibo, my friend Risa and Kalkin, they have, I think Kinkin is like 4 or 5 years old now. He speaks English, and he hasn't even started school yet. So I know many people comment sometimes that education is not good here in the Philippines. They're just looking at the wrong place. Of course, you need to research if you want the best education for your kids, but it is available in the Philippines. Why do you think there's so many nurses and doctors coming from the Philippines? And many people from the U.S., from all over the world, come to the Philippines to study nursing and to become doctors at medical schools here. So it doesn't make sense to me when people tell me that education here is inferior. You just have to do your research. You can't just like come to an area and expect a good school where you're going immediately. You got to do your research. You got to, and I can help you guys with that, Olson and Olson's wife, because I don't know Olson's wife's name. All right. I don't have that on my notes, OB Adventures, because I carry my notes here to I put people's first name, but I don't have your wife's name there, man. Obi, my wife and I are excited to see Boracay. Thanks for, oh man, yeah, you guys are gonna have a blast here, with your kids even. Boracay, come on, man. It's like we're working to take vacations like that here, and you got, like I said, you guys got the money, so you're gonna you're gonna have a great life here in the Philippines. You're gonna surround your kids with like friendly people, hospitable people. The teachers in the schools here, they're respectful. They'll take good care of your kids. And plus, you got Filipino blood, man. So you got the advantage here in the Philippines. You're coming home, brother. John C. Aloha from the DC suburbs, Gino. Hope you and your family. Oh, we're doing well, man. Like I said, Dazel and I, we just came back from a vacation from Boracay. We were there for 3 nights and 4 days. Just an amazing vacation. So, even the dinner, our last dinner with our friends that, from San Francisco, California, and Houston, Texas, they took us to Los Indios Bravos in Station 1. It's at the White Beach Hotel, that restaurant. Highly recommend that restaurant. It's amazing food, and then they have like food that Americans, foreigners are used to. Like they have tomahawk steaks, they have beef ribs. I mean, these beef ribs are gigantic. It's like they have a draft beer that's like they brew their own beer. So they have a selection of draft beer like that IPA. IPA, I'm not familiar with that IPA, but that's what my friends Roy and Chris were drinking. They were drinking IPA beer. No alcohol for me because I'm still in the recovery phase, so I'm trying to stay away from alcohol. But highly recommend that restaurant. Good food, That's a lot. Actually, I've eaten there before. I know I've eaten their chicken tikka masala there. Dazzle's eaten the salmon there. I've eaten the fish and chips there. And this time I had the nachos. and the nachos were legit nachos. It had like it had chili on it with beans, salsa, sour cream. It even had sour cream, so uh, good place to eat if you're looking for a good place to eat when you go to Boracay Island. E. James retired and couldn't manage Asia, and this is as close as I can get. Though I had hoped for a clan. Hey, I know, man. It's like, even in the last video I did, I understand. People come to the Philippines, they try it out. Not everybody, is happy, or not everybody is like, this is their place, and I understand that, because. There's a lot of like you have to adjust to the Philippines. It's like if you come here, if you're not adaptable, if you're not good at adjusting at new things, if you're not patient, that's like the number one thing you got to be here in the Philippines is you got to be patient, because nothing moves here fast. Everything is like on island time here. It's like everybody's late. I mean, I'm military, so I grew up military, so it's like I'm always on time. A lot of times I'm 15 minutes early for everything, and not uncommon for people to show up 30 minutes, an hour late sometimes. And even the mall, even the restaurants, they'll, you're expecting government agencies, even you're expecting them office hours at 8 and 8:30. Their employees are just like cruising on, coming in, smiling and everything. You just don't see that in the U.S. Because like in the U.S., if it says 8, man, like in the military, you got to be there by 7:45 if you had to be at work at 8, man. But this is the island, this is like the Philippine island, so it's like everything moves here on island time. And you're probably wondering where Dazzle and Leanna, they're still sleeping because it's only 9:15. So maybe later on, maybe around 10. I know Dazzle doesn't really wake up till around 10. Even my friends that we met, that we hanged out in Boracay, I went to breakfast with them almost every day at Fairways Blue Water. They have a nice buffet breakfast there. And Dazzle never attended because, it's not her, she doesn't wake up early just for breakfast because she doesn't really eat breakfast. It's like Dazzle eats lunch, when she gets up. Hey, HD, our moderator. Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother, for being our moderator again. Glenn and Vilma, good morning, Gino. Thanks for the support of your too late vid. We hope to visit you guys on our next trip. Oh yeah, definitely, man. I always tell people that our subscribers and anybody that want to meet Dazzle and I, we try to make it happen. As if you're in Calibo, Boracay, we're gonna try to make an effort for sure to meet as many people as that watches us, because I know it's like that's important, and we enjoy it. We enjoy meeting our subscribers. I love listening to people's stories because I learn a lot from people's stories. Sal, not sure if you can afford Baracas. Come on now. Hey, that's Sal, my friend. Let me see. I want to make sure because the picture on these things are tiny. But I know that's my friend. Man, you can afford it. I just saw you gallivanting around Southeast Asia, man. I love seeing your photos, man, touring Southeast Asia. So, I know you can afford Boracay, man. And you know what surprised me, we had the villa that we stayed, but in Fairways Blue Waters, I just checked it online just to be curious because a friend had asked me actually, how much is the room? I couldn't find the villa we stayed, that gigantic room, but they have hotel accommodations at Fairways Blue Water, and it was like 3,000 pesos. So less than $60 to be in a golf and country club. That's like, to me, that's like, amazingly cheap, to stay at a like exclusive place like that. Ray, hey, good day, my brother. Did you change the live stream day? No, Ray, I did not change the live stream day. I was gonna do it last Friday, but I just wasn't sure about the internet connection, so I pushed it today. We're back home now. We were in Boracay last Friday. But we'll go back to Friday every week, because I do like consistency. We're military, brother, so you know how it is in the military. We're used to like order and consistency, so the next live stream will go back to Friday. Just for this week, I did it Sunday, just because I couldn't do it last Friday when we were in Boracay. Richard Roque. Hey Gino, good to see you looking great and healthy. Looks like you are now back at 100. I still have like lingering side effects of chemo, but I think that's just going to be part of my life now. It's like because the radiation, the chemo, for people that's gone through that kind of treatments, you're never going to be the same anymore. But I'm close. I'm close to 100%. I don't think I'm going to be ever going to be the runner that I used to be, because I used to run every other day. I could run 3 miles easy. It's like Dazel used to tell me that's like an easy run for me to do that. But now I have my limits. I'm content with my morning walks. I'm happy I'm able to do that. And while I was at Fair Race in Blue Water, man, they have a lot of hills, like a lot of up and down hills. So it was a challenge walking around Fair Race Blue Water, but I had a great time because good vacation, got my exercise in, and just the scenery. When around areas like that, you just start feeling thankful that I just am grateful for my life. I'm blessed that I get to experience that, because I know not there's people that can only dream about places like that I see, that I get to enjoy. HD, the education for nursing is not quite there, but it fulfills the paper that some companies are looking for to meet the manning needs to be filled. If you want the top education, it's in the United States. I have to agree. I mean, HD, because of the cost too. I mean, if you study nursing in the United States, more likely by the time you graduate, you're going to be in serious debt. Unless you got money to start school. But here, like Leanna, I can send Leanna to nursing school in Calibo, and it's going to cost us about $1,000 a year tuition. I mean, to me, that's unheard of. For 4 years, I can send her for $4,000, or about 200,000 pesos to send her. And I know more likely the educate is better in the U.S., but the nursing here in the Philippines, one thing they're good at is they do a lot of hands-on, because I have friends that they're sending their kids to a nursing school right now. And here in the Philippines, because we don't have all that malpractice stuff that goes on in the US. As a nursing student here, freshman, it doesn't matter. You get a lot of hands-on patient care. You'll hardly never see patient care from a student in the United States. Schools, hospitals in the US be afraid. I have medical background. I know they'd be afraid to a patient to find out that, hey, you got a student working on me. But here, man, they're drawing blood. They're sitting at the nurse's desk. They're writing on charts. They let you hands-on. So you'll get more hands-on experience here as a nursing student. And then when you work, and it's not just the US where you can go work. I mean, most nurses in the Philippines now are getting recruited to go to Japan, Korea. That's why Leanna, that's where she wants to go. So to me, it's like I said, it's not a disadvantage if you get your even nursing degree here in the Philippines, and it'll save you money. You won't have that big student debt when you graduate, man, because like that's gonna hang over your head when you study in the United States. Because I know, I have friends that they said, man, when am I gonna get rid of this student loan? I've been paying this for years. Here in the Philippines, you can study, graduate, no debt at all. Ron Navy, hey brother. All right, Ron, what's up, man? Glad you can make it, Ron. Appreciate it, brother. Friday, Philippines time. Yep. Same thing, HD. Thank you. Friday morning here, Thursday evening in the United States. Horace, thank you, my brother, because we gather strength knowing that we have supporters like you in this battle that hopefully will over. Oh, I know, Horace. I'm rooting for everybody there. My thoughts and prayers are with people, first responders, firefighters, support. It's like I know it's just not the firefighters fighting that fire. There's a whole slew of people that are in that battle. For the wildfires. Definitely, my prayers go out, brother. Sal, interested in Estancia. All right, I know that area. I've been to Estancia, man, and Gigantes Island. You have any 411? I do, Sal. Well, we're friends on Facebook, man. So like, shoot me a message, man. I can tell you a lot about that area. Um, for that part of Iloilo, Estancia is still part of Iloilo, more provincial, more provincial. Not the things that you see in Iloilo City, the condos, the big buildings. Estancia is more province, a lot like Calibo, But I've been there, it's been a while since the last time I was there. Gigantes Island, Dazzle and I, we haven't taken that tour yet. All Gigantes Island is kind of like a island hopping tour. It's really a several sets of islands where they would take you on that tour. But shoot me a message, man. I'll help you out with that if you're interested in estancia in Iloilo. OB, Kuya, do you know if my wife will need a return ticket even though she will have a 13A visa? We want to make sure we are doing all right. No worries, man. Just fire me a message. I'll assist you with anything. I'm not quite sure with that what the 13A visa is, but I'll work with you, brother. As long as uh, you just fire me an email. I'll research the information for you. I'm pretty sure you have a birth certificate in the Philippines, so you won't have any problem. You're a balikbayan when you come here. And also, since you're military, we'll figure it out as far as like what's the best option for you, whether an SSRV or dual citizenship. It's like just we'll do it more private because there's a lot of pieces when regarding to visa with balikbayan visa, SSRV, or dual citizenship. There's a lot of ways we can do with your move here in the Philippines. Ron Navy. Melissa's mother was admitted in the hospital in Iloilo. They are going to do surgery to remove the tumor on her spine. Then do the all right, man. My prayers go out to Melissa's mom. Yeah, Ron and I we've been communicating about his fiance's mom that's in Iloilo because my experience with the cancer, my experience in Iloilo. So he's been seek my guidance. So we'll keep messaging, man. Keep me posted. And then any questions you have, Ron, just message me on WhatsApp. We got the connection there, brother. My prayers definitely go out to them, man, because that's, I know that situation. It's not fun. Anytime they got to take a biopsy or anything, it's like a nervous time, definitely a nervous time. E. James, I think it's also the quality of Filipino nursing student and how they are trained versus US trained in the US. Everyone's constantly worried about litigation and liability. And that's what I was gonna point out, man, because like when I talked earlier, here in the Philippines, they don't have to worry about litigation or malpractice. There's no such thing in the Philippines. I have never heard of a doctor here, a hospital here gets sued for malpractice. And I got medical background. I worked over 25 years in the United States on the medical field. You just don't hear it here because here people trust their doctors, and if something happens, they just the doctor apologizes. They're doing their best, but sometimes things happen. But in the U.S., any little slip up or any mistake, it's kind of like, because I worked in the healthcare field in the United States, it's like I worked in risk management and we handled claims and lawsuits. And it's just like some of the things that people sue and somebody claims is just like, it's not like you're not allowed to make a mistake. And doctors, nurses, technicians, our people, man. It's like, come on, everybody makes mistakes, and I mean, just the stress of working in the hospital, dealing with like what's going on, in an emergency situation. I know they're trained for that, but people make mistakes. But it's a litigation kind of like life in the U.S. Everybody's quick to sue. Any mistake you get sued. So that's why here they get more hands-on training here that a student in the United States would never get, just because of the liability. It would cost the hospital too much insurance, and the schools there too much insurance to be letting their students touch a patient. Jonathan Boros, half the nurses in the Bahamas are Filipino. Oh, I know, brother. The Philippines, we're probably like one of the number one producer of nurses of the world. I think everybody knows that. Anywhere you go, pretty much in the world, there's Filipino nurses, and they have a good reputation because, like, the reputation of Filipino nurses in the U.S., Canada, anywhere they go, is that they care. That they're proud to be a nurse, proud of what they're doing. And like my friend, even Kip in Tucson, he says he goes to the VA hospital in Tucson, and he says he loves it when his nurses are Filipina because he knows he's gonna get good care. Sal, Gino, and Dazel met you in March. Cherry blossom time. Oh, meet you in Japan. Okay, I thought meet you in Japan. I know, I remember, man. I was in Japan. That was my last assignment in the military. I was in Japan, Misawa Air Base for 4 months. So every year, I got to experience that cherry blossom festival. Amazing festival. It's like raining down on you, cherry blossom raining down on you from all those trees that are. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Someday, brother. Someday, I plan on taking Dazel to Japan for sure. Once we get, I'm 3.5 years away from my Social Security. Right now, Dazel and I were just living off my military pension from the U.S. Air Force. So once I get my Social Security, we'll be able to do things like that: travel to Japan, travel to Korea, and maybe a visit to the United States. We'll definitely 3.5 years. I know that's going to go by fast because come March here, I'll be living in the Philippines now for 14 years, and I can't even believe it's 14 years already. It's like it's just hard for me to think that I've been here that long. The Westons, all right, the Westons. You guys are always here, man. I appreciate the Westons very much. I appreciate you guys. Hello, Gino Dazzaliana. Good to see you again. You really have great points on your videos to think about. Much appreciated. All right, man. I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm sending out good value because I think this things out. Because when I do the videos, my goal is always to be positive. My goal is to be uplifting, but I know I also have a job to tell it how it is. I have to be honest. Like my friend, at that last video I did, I just think, at his age, at his medical conditions that he has, I just thought, if he comes here because he wants to come to Calibo, and we have friends here. Sparrow's become his friend. Sparrow's a fisherman. He's a fisherman. But I just think there's just too many things that can go wrong for him. And, and that's what I said. It's like our $1,000 budget, Dazzle and I, we live on $1,000 a month. And we can do that because our mortgage on the house here is only $200 a month. So we still have $800 for the three of us to live on. And we eat Filipino food. So, that's a lower cost than I gave up steaks. I don't eat steaks. I don't eat expensive stuff. I eat the local food, local vegetables, local fruit. We eat rice, we eat pandesal. I got pandesal right now, so I know how to manage the money. That's why we're able to live on $1,000 a month. But I'm retired Air Force, so I have TRICARE insurance. So my medical insurance is solid. It's like I went through cancer treatments, chemo, radiation in Iloilo City, and I could afford it. I have savings. We have money saved. Dazel and I, we have money saved, and then TRICARE insurance really works well here in the Philippines. Now I even get I'm considered person with disability. So that's another 20% I get discount for medical care here or medications. I had PhilHealth. Now my PhilHealth is free now because I'm PWD, person with disability. So I don't even have to pay PhilHealth anymore. So I have good medical coverage. So I wanted to make sure people know that, because like they're thinking, hey, Gino can live on $1,000. I got $1,500. I should be good. And like I said on the video, you're good. You can live on $1,500 here, even less. I know people that live even below $1,000. They're single, they're one person that live less than that. But one important thing that you have to cover is that medical expense. Because as when we get older, it's harder to get insured, even here in the Philippines. Pacific Cross is a company here that most expats use. But the minute you start getting older, it's getting expensive to insure with them. So, I just wanted to make sure that people know that I'm able to retire here on $1,000 a month budget because I have good medical coverage. All right, Edgar Deem. How hard is it to hire a housekeeper cook in Iloilo City? I have no desire to do all the shopping and waiting in lines. All right, good question. A lot of people here, like a lot of that hire like a maid, a live-in maid, or live-in driver. Usually, it's just recommendation from family members. Normally, it's like a family member gets hired because you want somebody that you can trust. So for somebody, if you're coming there to Iloilo City and you don't know anybody, might be a little harder, but it's still affordable. You would have to interview, maybe hopefully somebody in Iloilo City that can help you with the process. Like if you were here in Calibo, I can help you because I can put an ad. I know people here. I can ask people, hey, can you recommend somebody? Do you know? There's like I know in Calibo, people are always looking for a job. There's housemaids, yard boys, drivers. It's easy to get here. In Iloilo City, I'm sure it's the same, but again, I can't speak because I don't live there and I don't know many people in Iloilo City. But you should be able to find somebody like Ruben, my friend Ruben. Right now, Ruben, he went to Angel. He's using Calibo as his home base here in the Philippines. So, but he left like 2 days ago. He's meeting up with a friend from San Diego. San Diego friend of his is flying into Angeles City. So he's there with this friend from San Diego, and they're like having fun. Doing their Angeles thing. But his apartment, he's got a studio apartment, and his landlord actually has a maid that comes in to like clean his place. So the landlord just offered Ruben, yeah, she can come in there and clean your room once a week. So that's the deal Ruben got. And then Ruben, I don't know as far as payment, but I'm sure Ruben just got to tip the lady or pay the lady every time she comes in to clean the place. And for if they're cleaning your place and you're requiring them to like shop for grocery and even cook for you, you can just add, you just contract that with the person. There's nothing here that you can't like bargain with somebody, have an agreement. Hey, I'll pay you, let's say, I'll pay you 1,000 pesos a day, clean my house, shop my groceries, and cook me dinner. Easy peasy. You can find people like that will be happy to do it for you because there's just a lot of people looking for work here. HD. Yes, a lot of countries have nursing shortages that are filled with Filipina nurses. Companies can't really select for cream of the crop when you have issues. Right, HD. It's like, as a matter of fact, I know in Calibo, there's a nursing recruiter here. And the nursing recruiter, they start recruiting the nurses when when they're on their senior year of nursing here. I mean, they haven't even graduate nursing school, and they're already recruiting them because the demand for nurses worldwide. A lot of countries have shortages of nurses, and just the Filipinos just got a good Filipinos and Filipinas got that good reputation as far as nursing because they see them all over the world, and they're performing well. So I don't think you're going to have a hard time finding a job if me, I joined the military when I was 17, but from what I know now, if I was 17 years old again, I would have definitely attended nursing school. Edgar, there shouldn't be any issues hiring housekeeper, cook. You just have to do the. Uh, thank you, HD. I'm glad you said that. That's why you'd have to be screening well, because now you don't want anybody to be in your house. That's why I said normally here a lot of people that I know that has a maid, cook, driver. It's usually referred by a relative. Like me, in Calibo, I know I can find you one if you're in Calibo because I just know so many people in Calibo now. People I went to school with, friends of mine here in Calibo. So it's easy for me to find somebody that or even Dazel's relatives. Looking for job. There's always people looking for jobs, and I can always partner people. But in Iloilo City, I just don't know many people in Iloilo City. I just know them like as friends, but not as close as the people I know here in Calibo. Edgar, thanks, HD. All right, all right. Weston, Gino, my name is Daryl. All right, man. I gotta I'll just write that down. I'll read through again this, and I'll add you to my list here. That way, I know your real name because I have this little cheat sheet right here on my iPad. These are like the people's avatar name and their name and where they're from. So it's my memory is not that good, to remember everybody. The regulars like HD, of course, Horace, my brother Horace, they've been with us for the whole time of our channel. I know who they are, but the new ones I have to write down. That way, I don't miss, don't call the person the wrong name or, the wrong location. Like last week, our live stream got cut off because Leanna accidentally knocked our Blue Yeti power station. So the power, because right now when I do the live stream, I always connect it to our Blue Yeti power station. I just don't trust the electricity, because electricity in the Philippines can just cut off like that. And if I lose electricity, I lose internet, and then we lose our connection, and then we're done. I can't get you guys back. So I always connect it to my Blue Yeti power station like I do now. But Leanna accidentally, when she stood up last week, she knocked it off. She knocked my connection with the Blue Yeti from our internet. So that's why we got abruptly cut off last week. But we're good right now. Where everything's good with that. But I'll add you. I'll definitely add you, Daryl. Retired Air Force. All right, you're my Air Force brother too. All right, man. E&E retired in 2011. All right. Aircraft electrician. I don't think I've had a friend that was an aircraft electrician. My good friend, he works now in Arizona near Phoenix. He still works with jets, but he was a crew chief. He was a crew chief in the Air Force for 20 years. Albert, me and him, I chat all the time. And now he works civilian. He's got a civilian job, but he's still working on jets. All right, let me push this down. All right. Calvin Williams. Hello, Gino. 14 years is a long time. Have you been back US during that time? And also, did you ever spend any part? No, I haven't been back, man. I'm perfectly fine here in the Philippines. I can renew I just renewed my passport. I think a year ago. So my U.S. passport is good for another 10 years. I really don't have anywhere to go really if I go to the U.S. because the only person I can really visit is my sister in Houston, Texas, and she lives with her daughter. So she's not, she doesn't even have her own place. So I would have be like, so, and then it's expensive for Dazzle and I to fly, and then the paperwork that you got to go through just to get a tourist visa for Dazzle. We have to fly back and forth to Manila at the embassy. Right now, it's just like there's so many other places that Dazzle and I want to visit. So it's not, I know, but I know someday, especially once I get my Social Security and have more money, I definitely want to take Dazzle to visit the United States. At Clark, yeah, all right, man. I was stationed at Clark. I was at the Air Force, 13th Air Force Medical Center at Clark. I was stationed there from 1988 to 1991. I was part of the Pinatubo evacuation. I actually belong to like a group. It's kind of like we have a group of the people that work in the hospital. It's my Clark Air Force Base and my friend Elizabeth. She married a GI. She lives in Mississippi now, Biloxi, Mississippi, and she kind of runs the page. But we're all like former employees or former workers at the medical center. Like even our commander, Colonel Duffy at the time, he's in that group. So it's kind of cool. Everybody keeps in touch. We actually, it's nice to see, like we've even had like little reunions where we meet people that we used to work, because I worked in the outpatient medical records when I was there. So I worked with a lot of Filipinas when I was stationed there. I was a staff sergeant at the time, and a lot of our volunteer workers, a lot of the office people were like Filipinas. So, and I'm still friends with them, like Ida, Elizabeth. There's just a group of them that, we get together still. They even visited me here in Aklan, last March. We took them to Boracay. So definitely, I keep in touch with my Clark Air Base people. Budget depends on person to person. It's something you think about based on quality. Thank you, HD. And that's the thing with the you see that all the time under the comments. People's like talk about it's like I need $2,000 at least, or if you're 2,000 or 1,500, you're poor in the Philippines, or you're just surviving. It's just it's an individual. Each individual is different. Each individual has different priorities. Some people come to the Philippines and the only place they like here is BGC, because it's mirrors like the lifestyle they have in the US. But nothing wrong with that. It's like I have a friend now, one of our best friends, Gray. He's coming here to the Philippines soon, and that's his target place. And Dazzle and I would even tell Gray, BGC is perfect for him, because like he likes the high life. He likes like eating at American restaurants. He likes tomahawk steaks. And if you go to the province, you're not going to see many of that here. But in BGC, if you decide to go there, you better bring the bucks. You better bring the big bucks when you go there. And there's plenty of people that I know that are retiring in the Philippines that are like their budget is in like the $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. They got money. They work hard. They got like 2-3 different pensions coming in. So I'm like, hey man, go. For me that's like a blessing. It's like people live different lives in the Philippines. There's people like me. I'm living only on my military pension. I have one pension, and I'm living a happy life because I'm satisfied. I'm content with the life that I have. And there's people that need a higher budget, so nothing wrong with that. We all live different lives. It's not like there's a formula to say, oh, in order for you to be happy in the Philippines, you need at least $3,000. To me, that doesn't make any sense. It's like you can't base your happiness, with money. Of course, like I said, you want to be safe. You want to have savings. You want to have like good medical insurance. You want to protect yourself. That way you don't end up in a bad situation here in the Philippines. OB, my friend Olsen in South Carolina, the licensing test PNLE is harder than the US standards. The nurse program is being closely monitored by the government. There's a huge global demand for Filipino nurses. They only want the best. Oh, yeah. And see, the thing is, I did a video of this not too long ago. And even where Calibo's a town, it's not even a city here in the Philippines. But the nursing schools here in the Philippines, they take pride on their graduating good nurses, because when they graduate nursing school here, they got to pass the Philippine licensing exam to become a nurse. And a lot of these schools, they brag about we have 100% passing rate at the Philippine nursing exam. So they make sure their nurses are ready. There's even preparatory before taking the Philippine nursing license. I know when after Leanna graduates nursing school, before she takes the test, there's like a 2-3 month course where they just drill you and prepare you for the test. What to expect on the test. So by the time you get that Philippine license, that means a lot. I know you're gonna get hired. You're not gonna be unemployed with that. And I'm meaning employed overseas. People are gonna want you. You're in demand. Once that's why we're pushing Leanna to become a nurse, because I want her to have a good career. I want her to have a good life. Tanya G. Wilkins, hello. All right, hello, Tanya. Wow, 1,000 per year for kids' nursing education. That is a bargain compared to 100 it cost my daughter to get her. Right, Horace? That's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, I'm sure when your daughter got, I mean, that's 100,000. That's a lot of money. Here in the Philippines, that's why the Philippines is producing a lot of nurses. I have a friend here. He delivers packages for Lazada. All that's his job now. He delivers packages. Hard worker. Before that, he was riding a tricycle, and he would do odd jobs. Like he would clean my air conditioning unit. He would clean that, and he was good with electronics because he had worked in Saudi Arabia. He was an electrician. So anything in my house, he's like, I always used to like, hey, Kuya, hook me up here. I need somebody to fix whatever electric here in the house, and he would fix it. And now he delivers with Lazada. He delivers for Ninja Van. He delivers packages, and he's sending his daughter to nursing school. I know she's almost done because she's been going to nursing school at least 3 years. So they have a chance now, because now once his daughter graduates nursing school, she'll be a good money earner for the family. And that's how Filipinos roll. I'm sure everybody knows that's how just Filipinos roll. It's like, it's everybody works together for everybody to succeed. It's like Dazel and I with Dazel's younger brother. We help get him through college. Now he's finished college. Now he works in Boracay. Same thing with Leanna. We're gonna do the same thing because to me that's what families do. It's like, I know that's not a lot of times people will say, well, I'm marrying the Filipina. I'm not marrying the rest of her family. But I think you're just gonna be more happier if you absorb that Filipino culture where help out the relatives, help out the family, and they'll be like me. I have no complaints because like Dazzle's family, they love me. It's like I get treated like a king around them. It's like they're like, don't let Gino do that. You need to get this for Tito. So I love that. It's like I like helping Dazzle's family. Michael Spink. All right. Chubb. Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of Chubb's a video in Angeles City, right? He's in Angeles, has been showing his girlfriend's family, provincial living. Oh, Calibo. I don't know. Must be I'm thinking of a different. I just saw Chubb's, and I know there's a guy, a blogger with that. So Chubb's DC blogger. I have to look him up. I'll have to look him up. outside Calibo. All right, there's not many of us here, man. Not many of us bloggers in here in Aklan province. So I'll definitely look him up so I can maybe even meet with him one day. HD, if you want to protect your expensive electronics that is susceptible for a stable fire, you should invest in under UPS. I'm wondering if there are sold in the Philippines. I'll have to research that, HD. Actually, send me a message or something of the particular. I've heard of it. I've heard of UPS, but I know there's different kinds. So, and of course, there's a UPS that are like made in America, made in China. Yeah, I'll need more specific. That way I can research and make sure if it's available here in the Philippines. Because I'm learning that with a lot of stuff, like when people ask me, I better research it. I just don't want to answer, but I'm sure they would have it here just because there's really nothing anymore that you can't get here with Lazada, even Amazon. I mean, people here receive stuff from Amazon and Amazon Prime coming from the United States. They ship them here, but I do know they're strict with like batteries for some reason, like lithium batteries. I know there's like restrictions with that, with customs. I guess because it has a chance to blow up or something in the mail. But just message me regarding like what particular UPS or uninterruptible power supply that you're looking for. Like for me, my Blue Yeti is awesome, man. I use this thing for for everything. We never lose internet because of the Blue Yeti power station. And then I know people say that like Dazel's always unplugging our TV. She does that, all our electronics she unplugs. The only thing that Dazzle doesn't unplug is our refrigerator. And we had an old refrigerator that lasted 12 years with all the power outages there. So I always tell Dazzle, I don't think it really hurts the appliances, but people say that appliances get damaged, with the unstable electricity here. I was an A10 crew chief for my first 7 years. Glad I know, right? I know, Olsen. My friend Albert tells me that too. He was a crew chief the whole way through 20 years. And he said, Olsen, he kept trying to cross train out of being a crew chief because crew chief is a rough job in the military. In the Air Force, crew chiefs are like, you're kind of like the maintainer of the jet, and it's kind of like a mechanic for a car or the person that changes the oil, changes the anything on the plane. But if you can imagine, it's a jet, so it's a big airplane. So it's a lot of work. Now, I remember Albert always tells me, I mean, he used to get all greased up. His uniform's always greased up, your nails, it's like, and then when you're a crew chief in the Air Force, you're either out in the cold, on the flight line cold, or you're in the heat in the desert. Sometimes you get to work. I'm sure Olsen, sometimes you're in the hangar, but a lot of times you're out there because they're the guys that signal the plane. They're the guys that like when the jet lands, they signal the plane, they park the plane in the hangar. So you're out there in the elements when you're a crew chief in the Air Force. Tough job in the Air Force. Most crew chiefs I know, they can only handle like Olsen. He was able to cross train after 7 years. My views from hi everyone. All right, hi, hello. The Westons, you were Clark. I was at Cadena at that time. All right. I think I passed through Cadena one time. Like I used to take hops. Like I'm sure you took hops too during that era. I used to take hops to Yokota. I used to take hops to Osan. I used to take hops to Guam and Anderson Air Force Base. So I know I've landed one time or another at Cadena. Those hops, military hops, were fun because for the people that are watching that don't know military hops, in the military, even now I know they have hops in the United States or all over the world. We just don't have it here in the Philippines because we don't have military bases anymore. It's kind of like You get put on a waiting list. It's like different categories, whether you're retired Air Force, active duty. But we can fly on a military aircraft for like $10. It used to be anyway. It was $10. I don't know how much they are now. So like I've flown from Japan all the way to California for $10, and then they even give you food. There's like a box lunch or box dinner that you get on the plane, and then you ride different planes. You can ride a C-131, a C-141, C-5, any plane that they can put you on. You can catch on the military hop, is what we call it, military. And it's not just for Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines. That they can use the military hop also. All right, still married today. Married night. Oh, that's awesome, man. Happy for you guys. Stay blessed. Stay blessed there, Daryl. Rookie Mac, I watched your last video about seven wanting to move to Philippines. You made great points. Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. I just think I'm not trying to. It's like I hate to crush anybody's dreams. I know he really wants to come here, and I just don't think it's a good idea because so many things can go wrong. It's like at that age, 79, and then medical issues too, and then he really doesn't have. I don't think he has the finances. That's why I said, not just you can't just worry about the budget a month. If your budget is 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000, that's your Social Security. That's your budget. You have to have savings too for emergencies. Medical emergencies, or if you need to all of a sudden have to fly back to the United States. That's not cheap. It's like if you got to fly all of a sudden to the U.S., that's $2,000 just on the plane ticket. And I've seen it happen here many times. I've seen people that get into that bind because I belong to like several Facebook groups that for expats, and there's always somebody there like fund me, get like a fund me thing, or asking for money because they get into a bind. That's why it's important to have that emergency money, nest egg. It's like you can't just rely on your Social Security alone to retire. It's doable. It could be done, but maybe at a younger, like at 62, when you first collect Social Security. 79, you're kind of pushing it. I think that's just Yep, with American food and restaurants, you'll pay American prices. Yes, yes. If you come to the Philippines and you don't eat Filipino food, you eat more American food, you're gonna spend more here in the Philippines. Your grocery bill will be more because the American diet, or those steaks, the ground beef, all that is more expensive here. Me being I'm Filipino, it's like a born and raised here. I was 12 when I left here in the Philippines. I can eat the local food. I don't have problem eating pinakbet. I don't have problem. Hey, who's coming back? Hi, Leanna. There's Leanna. She's awake. All right. So it saves me money because I can eat the local food. I mean, there's stuff here that grows in our subdivision that Dazzle will pick, like malunggay leaves or kangkong chicken. There's stuff that are so cheap here that I can eat. And I know a lot of Americans, I know they don't eat that stuff. Calvin Williams, that's cool, Gino. Me too. Air Force, 8 years. At Clark, lived off base at Timog. Hey, I know where Timog is. I lived at Clark View subdivision near Clarkton Hotel. I used to come out of the Clark View gate. I know Timog, you used to come out of Friendship Gate, and then that area now in Timog is like built up. A lot of that was always nice houses in the Philippines anyway. That Timog area. But that once you exit Friendship Gate, what used to be Friendship Gate anyway, that's all Koreatown now. Once you exit Friendship Gate now, you feel like you're in Korea. Everything's like Korean signs, Korean restaurants, Korean groceries. I don't know if you've been back. That's why I mentioned, because I go often still to Clark Air Base because I still have friends there. The people that I worked with at the hospital at Clark, they're still my friends, and I love seeing them. It's like we're all like getting up there in age. Most of us are around that 60-year-old age now. Third AGS. Oh, I remember, man. I remember that three AGS and EMS. I remember the hats. I remember uh, third fighter wing. Back in the day, it was the F4s, man. You know. So I'm sure you probably worked on the F4s in you know Michael Taylor. It actually harder in America, and you have to test out in America. If coming from Philippines, you can Google it. Oh, I know, man. Because I communicate with a lot of subscribers. I'm getting a lot of intel about the United States, and people are telling me, life in the U.S. is harder now than when I left. I left in 2011. I guess that's why I really don't have any desire to go back to the US, even for a visit, because there's so many other countries I can visit here, around. That's cheap for us to visit, like Singapore. We have a direct flight now from Iloilo City to Singapore. There's Thailand, there's Cambodia, Vietnam. There's just a lot of Korea, Japan, a lot of places that be cheaper for us to go, and then cheaper when we're there. The hotels are cheaper, the food is cheaper. You know, when you fly to the US, you have to, if you got to stay at a hotel in the US and then you have to eat the restaurants. I know it can get pricey in the US. Edgar has Dazzle. She's been wanting to go fishing, but all the Atiatihan, of course, it's hard for us to, that's a busy time for me. Every year when Atiatihan is here, so many people want to meet us, so we're busy during Atiatihan. So she hasn't been going fishing, but I know when she goes fishing, she's gonna go a lot, because and then the weather too. The weather for January, it seemed like we had more rain. We were getting more rain, but now I can feel it's got. Earlier it downpoured earlier, but now it's sunny. It's gonna be like one of these days here in the Philippines where it's gonna be steamy hot. It's gonna be. I bet it's gonna be close to 90 degrees with like 100% humidity. I'm already sweating. It's like just because. That's how it is when it downpours and the sun comes up bright. It gets really hot here in the Philippines. Different kind of hot. Different kind of hot. Jumpy, all right, Jumpy. I have a niece who is an RN in Seattle. She said her best nurses are Filipina, not just for their knowledge, but also for their knowledge, but how much they empathize and care for. I know that, Jumpy. I get that. A lot of people that I communicate with, that's the one thing they say about Filipino nurses. They're real compassionate. They really care about the patient. It's not just like, they have a lot of passion for what they do. It's like they really want to help people. It's something I put in the stream. Based on my anecdotal experience with Filipina, I observed that they are good at memorization and their weakness is critical thinking. Oh yeah, yeah. I can see that. I can see that, HD, because man, I know Dazzle when we went to college, man, she can memorize anything. Man, it's like I was like amazed how much stuff Dazzle could memorize. But that's one thing that making decisions, making like critical thinking. It's not one of their forte, but memorization, man. Filipinos are good at memorization, man. Are very good with care and empathy. Yep, Horace. That is true, Michael Taylor, which prevents a lot of qualified Filipina nurses from applying, immigrating to the US. Yeah, yeah. I was a crew chief on the. Oh man, I didn't know that, Horace. This is the first time you mentioned that you were a crew chief, man. I bet, man. I got to ride a helicopter, Horace, when I was in Korea. I was stationed in Korea before I went to the Philippines, and we used to ride helicopters, take patients on helicopters. So I rode a couple of times on the helicopter. That was fun. It was very memorable riding the helicopter in Korea. Thanks for sharing that, Horace. Now I know more about you. Now I know you were a crew chief in a helicopter. Oops, almost missed you. All right, Daniel. That Sergeant USA, our friend Daniel from Jacksonville, Florida. Hey, I know I thanked you already, but we got cut off, and Daniel had given us a super thanks last week during the live stream for us to go to dinner. So thank you again. Thank you again, Daniel. I wanted to make sure I thank you. And actually, there was another thing because since we got cut off last week. I made sure I want to answer this because there was Kim, her name's Kim from Romblon, and asking me whether they have a Roro. Roro is a roll on, roll off on a ferry where you can roll on with your car and roll off with your car. That's why they call it Roro. And she was asking whether there was a Roro from Calibo to Odionga. Odionga is in Romblon. Uh, in Calibo, there is not a port that has that capability. There's no port in Calibo that does roll on, roll off, or there's no, which surprises me actually, that there's no boats leaving Calibo to go anywhere in the Philippines. All the boats in Aklan province, they leave out of Katiklan because Dazel and I, we went to Batangas one time and we rode Katiklan to Batangas on a ferry, and it was a 12-hour ferry with our car. And I checked, Katiklan, they do go to Romblon. So there's a ferry that can take you from Romblon to Katiklan, Katiklan to Romblon. But I know one thing I've heard about people that ride the ferry going to Romblon. Romblon, they tell me, got rough seas a lot of times. So it's probably safe to like travel during like the sunny season or like the not rainy season, January to June on the Roro or the ferries to Romblon. But people say when you travel to Romblon from Katiklan, from our province of Aklan, like July during rainy season to December, very rough seas. So something to consider. Something to consider there. If and that goes for any ferry in the Philippines. During rainy season, I wouldn't want to be in a boat in the Philippines because we get typhoons, the seas get rough. So if you're gonna plan on doing any boat travel on the ferry, do it from like January to June when it's not the rainy season. And then what else? I just want to make sure I hit. I thanked Daniel already. I made a note of that. All right, that was the main thing. I didn't want to miss that on the live stream. Didn't want to. I wanted to make sure I reported back on that. Rookie does. Nope, let me see. I don't want to like. Does your sister visit the band? Yes, I saw my sister last. She was here March of 2023. She went to Iloilo City while I was going through my treatments for cancer. And my sister actually, like this past December, she just got her pacemaker replaced. My sister's like 10 years older than me, so she's 68 now, and she just got her pacemaker replaced. She tells me it's like really high tech. She's got an app on her phone that monitors her pacemaker now. She was telling me how cool it was. But she plans on visiting me again. She plans on visiting me this December. So this whole year, she's just going to be. It takes her a while, she tells me, to recover. Of course, it's like heart surgery but she's feeling good. She said she started walking already. She's out and about. So I'm hoping her trip to this December, hoping to see my sister come visit me here in Aklan province. And that's been the case with a lot of my relatives in the United States. it's easier for them to come to the Philippines because I'm free. I'm like, I can devote my time. If they visit Aklan province, I can take them to Boracay. I can take them to Antique province. You can go to Rojas City in Capiz, the seafood capital of the Philippines. You can go to Iloilo City. I have the time. Their whole vacation, I can be basically their tour guide. I can do that for them. Whereas if I go to the US, people in the US got to work. It's like uh, normally, I know in the past when I would vacation, when I still lived in the US and I would vacation with family, they'll leave me the keys to their house because they have to go to work. And they usually we only get to hang out at nighttime or the weekend, because, you know, PTO and that paid time off is valuable. And I understand that, it's like I'm just a visitor or a guest, I don't want to like have people use their PTO on me. All right, Brian. All right, man. Good evening. Good evening. Good morning here, Brian, but I know it's good evening in your area. We'll have to communicate again during the football game. Brian is my sports buddy that lives in Texas. Me and him, when there's the Dodger games, we watch the Dodger games together and we're like texting each other. And the football game, I haven't watched a lot of football, but now it's like coming down to like, I think the final four in the playoffs. So I think the winner's going to the Super Bowl now. So I'm sure I'll watch it. I'm sure I'll find somebody that will stream that game and watch it online. Pensacola just got around 10 inches of snow. Ooh, my friend is calling me. Not right now, Ida. I see it. I see it. All right. Speaking of my friend in Angeles, this is Ida, my friend, and she's like calling me. It's like, I'll have to call her back after the live stream. Me and Ida, we worked together at Clark when I was stationed there. So we've maintained a friendship all throughout these years. I visited her in Angeles, and she visited me. Dazel and her have become really good friends. I know, Daniel. I saw a lot of that. My sister even told me it snowed in Houston, and that's rare. That's very rare for it to snow in Houston because they were out making snowman. I mean, they made it fun. Because since it doesn't snow in Houston, so my sister like sent me pictures. They were making snowman, and it was a snow day for them. But I guess that's how even my friend Elizabeth in Biloxi, Mississippi, they got my friend Robert. He's also in Mississippi. They got snow, and that area. That's the South. You don't expect snow, and now Pensacola that got snow, man. Regarding ups, it depends on the size of the unit that you plan on connect to the ups. Okay, wattage and what is something to look at when picking one. Ups, you sealed lead acid now. Oh, okay. Actually, my friend, when we went to SNR at in Iloilo, my friend Joel, he kind of regretted not buying it because he has Starlink in Calibo. He bought the Starlink, and there was a unit there that was an acid battery, a good size, and it had like a you can get solar on the acid battery. And he was like, he told me, man, I should have bought that already, because he was looking at it for a long time while we were in SNR. And he said, man, when we got back here in Calibo, Joel was telling me, then I should have bought that thing for my Starlink, because Starlink is becoming popular. A lot of people here in the Philippines got that Starlink because like Joel was telling me, he gets 200 Mbps on his internet. I only get like with this internet I'm using, I only get like 100 Mbps with this, but I only pay $24 a month. I know the Starlink. I think the cost is at least double that. Not sure, but I know it's more. I know definitely. And then you got to buy the Starlink unit. You have to buy that. But something like that, HD, you're talking about UPS, like the acid battery, man, they got that stuff here in the Philippines because even the ones that, I've seen houses here in the Philippines online, not here in Aklan, not in our province. But I've seen houses here where it's completely solar. Their AC unit, their refrigerator. If you want to go totally solar power, they got that stuff here now. I mean, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. You're probably looking at like $10,000 to like fully solarize your whole house. But if you've got the bucks, that's the thing. I always tell people, if you got the money here in the Philippines, you can do anything. There's nothing you can't do here if you got the money to spend. You know, everything's available here, or they can get it for you, or they can duplicate it for you, or they can custom make anything for you. Because one thing the Filipinos are good at, and you can see it even with Bumblebee, my tricycle. I've never seen a scooter like I have a scooter. It's not a motorcycle that you can hook up a sidecar and custom make it. Because Filipinos are good at that. They're good at like welding, coming up with stuff, creating things. And here there's no regulations. Where if you like the tricycle, there's no regulation on my tricycle. Whoever built it, you can put a sidecar on the motor. There's nobody inspecting it. That it has to pass certain inspection for it to be roadworthy. There's nothing like that here. You can pretty much build anything here and be on the road with it. It's like I think that's kind of cool. And I think the U.S., just my humble opinion, it's too over-regulated. Everything you can't do. Everything you gotta get a permit. Like I was watching the wildfires, the interview with the president, Donald Trump, and I was like watching it, and they were talking about in order to rebuild in California, it's going to take them 18 months to get all the necessary permits to clear the ground and all. Man, I was like, man, if that was here in the Philippines, the fire burned down, somebody's going to like get all that burnt stuff out in one day, and the next day you're building. You don't need no freaking permits here, man. I just think the U.S., they just got so many, and of course they'll say it's because of safety reasons, the environment, but hey, stuff gets done here in the Philippines, and it's just a lot easier living here. We don't stress about a lot of stuff like that here. Hey, Mark, my friend Mark, Biggie support group. Hey, Mark, glad you can make the live stream, brother. Glad you can make the live stream. Edgar, are they building a bridge to Boracay? Man, I hope they build that bridge, man. I know there's people wearing shirts like no to building the bridge to Boracay, but to me, it's a necessary thing to build that bridge to Boracay, because they have a problem with the trash, the garbage that Boracay accumulates. They have to barge that thing. They barge like this big garbage trucks over to the mainland, just because they don't want to like bury the stuff in Boracay Island. And it's just like, I'll give you an example. Like the ferry system, like if you got to catch the ferry to Boracay from mainland to Boracay, it's only a 15-minute ferry ride. But man, that ferry is treacherous, because like just getting on the ferry, they have these stairs where you're like, depending on how the waves are, if it's high tide, low tide, man, they got this where you got to walk on this like plank. I mean, they got handles on it. But man, it's not an easy thing. The boat is rocking. You're trying to like climb up this thing or go down this thing to just get into your ferry. To me, it's just dangerous. It's an accident waiting to happen, each time they transport people on the ferry. So to me, that it's a no-brainer. I think the bridge is a necessity. And it's not like when people are like, well, they're worried that traffic will be going to Boracay. They're not going to allow private vehicles to go on the bridge that they plan on building to Boracay. All it is they're going to transport the garbage out of Boracay. They're going to allow commercial vehicles to deliver supplies to Boracay. That way they don't have to put supplies on the boat. And then they will allow bicycle access, and they will allow walking. Like if I wanted to walk from mainland to Boracay, you can walk on the bridge. That's all they're going to allow. And then, of course, they're going to put the cable and the water system with the bridge. So it's not just floating underneath the ocean, because they've had problem with that, with their electricity being damaged. And then you have to worry about power in Boracay. So it's to me, it's just part of modernization. It's like I know people. It's like there's people that are like, oh, no, it's going to ruin the environment and all that. But man, I'm all about progress, man. It's like I can't wait till they build the bridge from. They're going to build a bridge from Iloilo to Guimaras Island, from Guimaras Island to Bacolod City. So when that bridge is done, I can drive my car from Iloilo all the way to Dumaguete. Might take me 8-9 hours to get to Dumaguete, but you can drive it. And that's what's happening. They're connecting the islands to like improve travel in the Philippines and improve the commerce. I know it'll attract tourists. It'll attract tourists to our islands just because you're able to travel easier on land. Because if you've traveled here before in a ferry, they're just like so slow. It's like it takes you forever to, like a short distance from one island to island. When you ride the Roro, the roll on, roll off, man, that's like the slowest boat ever, man. It'll take you 4 or 5 hours just on a short distance. So I'm all for building these bridges, man. And then the jobs that we create here in the Philippines, building the bridges, I always hear people saying about the Philippines, how terrible the infrastructure here. So now they're building infrastructure, and people are like complaining that it's going to ruin the Philippines. All these infrastructure. My honor to share by the. All right, thank you, Daniel, again, man. Appreciate it, brother. I have ingredients to make chili cheese dip, so I'm ready, bro. All right. I'm trying to think if I still have a chili. I think I still got one chili that I bought at SNR, brother. I think I still got it. And I know I can get some salsa, and there's Mexican cheese now here that I usually get at Save More now. So I can make me a dip too. I can make me a dip too, man. But I'm not as ready as you, brother. But I will be ready. It snowed here in even in San Antonio, Texas. I was stationed at Brooks Air Force Base in San Antonio. I was there from 1995 to 2000. I loved my time in San Antonio. It's like I still have friends there. Hey, Phil, if you're watching, Phil, my brother Phil, my DC, my brother DC, Phil left San Antonio, but now he's back. And DC, he stayed the whole time in San Antonio. So I still got friends in the San Antonio area. Like I said, San Antonio is beautiful. That's why good food, good people, I would not have mind if I had stayed in San Antonio. That's like one of my favorite cities in the United States. The Riverwalk is nice, nice restaurants at the Riverwalk. Calvin, Gino, how big is your Blue Yeti and where did you buy it? Cost. All right. It's the size of a car battery is my Blue Yeti. And I bought it like 6 years ago already when they first came out. And I paid 20,000 pesos, including shipping. It got shipped to me from Laguna. It's a place near Manila. It came from there. There's a Blue Yeti company in Laguna. So they shipped it to me. Lazada did it. It was 20,000 pesos. So that's about $350. I know it's probably cheaper in the US. I know that, of course, they considered it imported coming. Anytime you have a name brand, Jackery, Blue Yeti that's not built in the Philippines, it's gonna cost more here because of course they gotta ship it here. But man, I've had it for 6 years. It's awesome because it was a big help during Super Typhoon Ursula in 2019, and I had the Blue Yeti already at that time. It knocked out power lines here in Aklan, and we didn't have electricity in our house here for 2 weeks, no electricity. And it was a lifesaver because we can at least charge our gadgets. We had internet because we can plug our internet. We at least had entertainment, and then we had those little rechargeable fans. So at night you can sleep with the fan. So now it's great. I've always told people, I think it's a must if you're here in the Philippines, and you don't have to worry about buying it and shipping it here. Just buy it here. Pay the extra cost. That way you ain't got to worry about putting it in the balikbayan box and then worry about something happening to it or anything like that. There's plenty now that have the lithium battery, and again, there's one that's an acid battery that you can buy at the. It's called Power Mate, Power Mate, and it comes with like a solar. That way you can leave that in the sun and it powers your that battery. So it's available here now. It's more common now because people go camping here, and then with all the power outages here, a lot of people that I know have it in their house, because I have a lot of friends here that I went to college with at STI College Calibo. They work online, so internet is very important to them. They can't lose, their job depends on steady internet. So they have these Blue Yeti or the Power Mate or Jackery. They have that because you don't want to lose connection when you're in a meeting, when you're online meeting, and your job depends on it. So people have that stuff here. UPS is not the same as Blue Yeti Power Safe. It auto swaps to onboard batteries, so you have time to safely turn off electronics. It's connected to grid power and maintains power. Oh, okay, so kind of like a generator, like a backup generator. So I guess you can spend the money, but HD, I don't think it's even required, man, because I think it's overrated that people say that with the fluctuation electricity, it'll kill your appliance. I've been living here for 14 years and I've never lost an appliance. I've never lost a refrigerator. I've never lost a TV. I've never lost, due to the electricity. So I don't think to me, it's just extra people that worry about extra money, unless you got like some fancy laptop or some fancy desktop computer that you really want to protect, or if you got a humongous flat screen TV that you really protect. I mean, just the cost of getting something like that, it's like, like for me, I would never spend money on anything like that. For me, the Blue Yeti is plenty. It's like, I have never had like a piece of electronic that just blew up, just because of the constant power outages. It's like Dazel tells me that. That's why Dazel unplugs the appliances. I think she's kind of like nuts, because sometimes I'm like, come down here, I'm like, my TV won't come on, and I look, Dazzle unplugged my TV. I was like, what's up, But I don't think it's a must have. Now the Blue Yeti I consider a must have because it's a power supply when there's no electricity. Automatic bus transfer ABT unit, which doesn't maintain constant but switches from grid. Yeah, it's like man, I'm not familiar. That's above my pay grade. HD. I'm here on a budget retirement, man. The things you're talking about is like for people that got money, man. I'm low budget, brother. I'm like I live on $1,000 a month, man. So it's like low budget is what that to me is like above my pay grade, brother. Trump shut Bass down. All right, Brian. Yeah, I've been watching. I've been watching that California when Trump went there. I've been watching. Uh, Interesting to watch. Definitely interesting to watch. You have to understand weather shifts. At the moment, pressure will shift weather to another location. All right, HD. Good to be here. All right, Mark. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Horace, not some such humble opinion, Gino, because most Americans also think we are overregulated. All right. I just think Horace. It's like because I keep I watch videos in the U.S. and I watch I just think there's too many rules, too many regulations, too many permits, too many things. It's like you know it's getting, I'm sure that's getting harder to live with. It's like here, it's like if I wanted to build anything in my house, or I don't need to get a permit from nobody, I don't need to get a permission, as long as I built it in my lot. If I want to build something that I'll ride on the road, if I wanted to build another bumblebee or an upgraded bumblebee, I don't have to get permissions for anybody, or I don't have to get it inspected. As long as it's moving on the road, you're good to go. I just think it's more fun that way, living that way. Bridges connecting island will be good even for employment opportunities. One can live in one province. I know, right? That's like, it's like, to me, it's just progress. And I know there's people that are against building all these bridges. They're they're building, like, I know, like a bullet train kind of thing from Angeles City to Manila. They're building a subway system in Manila. So to me, I mean, that's just progress. It's like it's creating jobs for Filipinos. Hiring people to build those and upgrading the infrastructure, putting us in the 21st century. It's like maybe someday we're no longer going to be considered a developing country once all these infrastructure gets built. Build, baby, build. That's what I'm saying, right, Daniel? I'm all for building, man. Even in Boracay, it's like there's people there that, oh, they say the hotels, the golf courses ruin Boracay. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, the beach is still there. It's still white sand beach. It's still blue water. It's just that they built infrastructure so people can come there and enjoy. Not everybody wants to pitch a tent on the beach. Some people like their luxuries. Some people like to play golf, and some people like to have the swimming pool, infinity swimming pool. To me, man, it's like nothing wrong with that. Gangsta Gummy Bear. All right, and I've never seen that. That's a cool name, man. Gummy, Gangsta Gummy Bear. I like your name there, brother. I never saw much of any power outage in the Philippines when I was there. Must be some. It's seasonal. Power outages even here in our province. It's Power outages are seasonal. There's a time of the year where you'll hear that National Grid Authority will say that they're limiting or something wrong with their power supply. But I mean, there's months where it go like 2, 3 months and we don't have a power outage. Then all of a sudden there's a month where in 1 month we'll have three or four. So it's just one of those things. It's like a lot of the power supply, the power systems here in the Philippines are old. Some even run on diesel. I hear. It's still not upgraded to like. And that's the thing. That's what they need to do. They need to upgrade the infrastructure. But to me, it's not that. It's not anything where I got to spend a lot of money worrying about it. It's like people always tell me, why don't you just get solar? Because solar's not cheap. It's like if I have to put solar in my house, it's going to cost like at least $5,000, $6,000, and I don't got to have that kind of money. So I can just live on this little blue yeti when the power goes out for a few hours or even a day. I can survive. Call me an old dinosaur, but I also think building they're gonna because all right, Horace. You're not an old dinosaur, Horace. See the thing, Horace, even when they build the bridges like Boracay, if you build the bridge, that's gonna connect mainland to Boracay, just make easier transport from your island. You're still gonna have the beautiful beaches. You're still gonna have Boracay is not just, people think Boracay is just one beach. Like everybody seems to think Boracay only has one beach, White Beach, but there's a dozen beaches in Boracay, and a lot of times when you leave White Beach, when you go to the other beaches like Iligan, you can go to the private beaches, Paradise Cove, Puka Beach. Those beaches are like not crowded, and more the way it used to be. There's no structures built on it. So everybody just focuses in Boracay when they go on White Beach because that's where the hotels. That's kind of like White Beach and Boracay is kind of like Waikiki, kind of like where the tall hotels are, restaurants. But Boracay is more than that, and I think that's the thing. You have certain section where all that luxury part is, but there's still many beaches in Boracay where when you go there, you're the only one there. It's like, or there might be another family there with you on that beach. So it's not like you can build up everything. It's like, to me, it's just like it's just progress. It's part of the progress. There's still always going to be a island paradise here in the Philippines, Horace. I mean, I just read an article, Horace. There used to be like 7,107 islands, and now they did a recount. Now there's like 7,600. So there's another 500 islands that came out of nowhere, or maybe they just sprouted from a volcano or something. But we have more islands now, Horace. Robbie, hey Robbie, my buddy in Wild Wall. Hey brother, I miss you, brother. I can't wait to see you. I know you're a busy man. Robbie's been here now. Man, you've been here like a few months now. Oh, I see. I heard a ball, so it must be Chloe coming down the stairs. Yeah, Robbie's been here in the Philippines now for a few months, and he's made the Philippines his final home now. Yeah, he made a trip here 1 month, 1 year, I think 2022. Then last year he was here for 6 months, and now Robbie's here for good in Moal Boal. Say hello to Jungalin for me, brother. Can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait to see you guys. Is for sensitive. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. HD. I know it's for you must have like expensive stuff, and I can't blame you for wanting to protect your expensive stuff, man. So like for those electronics, the stuff you connect to, it costs several times more. Yeah. See, I don't have none of that, man. That's why I never had to worry about it, man. It's like our TV. I bought this. I think this is a 42, 44-inch TV. I paid $300. So it's like if I, it's not worth it for me to buy an expensive UPS just to protect it. That's about the only thing that I have that, like me, man. I'm like more minimalist now. I don't buy a lot of stuff. I mean, we live in a 400 square foot home, man. It's like what you see here, our living room. This is our living room, kitchen, dining. This is it. What you see on the video here. This is our entire house here. I was just joking with Dazel, the villa that we stayed in Boracay. It's like 3 times the size of our house. Hey, babe. Oh, that's good that you got Chloe, babe. I'm glad because at least Horace gets to see the diva. There's the diva. Liana came down earlier, but she went back up. And there's Totoy. Totoy. Hey, there's the diva. Here, you can put the diva in me, man. I'll hold the diva. Here. Come on, diva. Oh, the diva. The diva. The diva is here.
With her ball.
With her ball. Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Where's your ball?
What about Crocs?
What about the other one? What about the other one? Oh, she don't want the ball. Oh, baby.
She was like,
Sergeant, anything that's plugged into your sockets using your power electric called phantom power, and it's costing you. That's what Dazel says, man. Dazel says that, Daniel. That's why Dazel is always unplugging everything in our house. That's why when I come down here early in the morning, I'm like, how come my TV doesn't want to work? And I look, it's always unplugged. I agree with that. So yeah. Diva, the diva. Ray, hey bro, today I supported the Bayanihan Clinic of Medical Students. Oh, nice, Ray.
wow,
Giving free flu shots at our American. Oh, I think I saw the pictures. Ray, because Ray and I are friends on Facebook. I think somebody tagged you, and I saw that picture where it says they're free flu shots. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. Some people get run off the golf courses. Lizard seal, That's funny, Brian. That's funny. People get run off the golf course in Florida by huge alligators. All right, man. I've seen that. I was in Louisiana. I got stationed in Louisiana, in Shreveport, Louisiana. And you would see, I don't know if they're alligators or crocodiles, but you would see them like in base housing. Be careful with this, guys. All right, don't let me hit it. So I know about the gators or crocodile. I know how when I was stationed there, they would report sightings or they'll take pictures of it like in base housing, military housing, base military housing. Have to go. Have a great day. All right, the Westons. All right, brother. Southern Cal Benny. Gino, have you been following the current Philippines House hearing about China being given 40% control of the country's national? I'll have to do research on that. I kind of heard a little bit something about it that I'll have to do more research about that, man. Yeah, there were at one time here. There's a lot of stuff that was going on here in the Philippines that were controlled by China, especially during the Duterte administration. I know there was a lot of highways being built here, a lot of infrastructure that China was building here in the Philippines, but I don't hear about that stuff anymore. I don't think we have good relations now with China because I don't see many tourists anymore from China, even in Boracay. Before, we used to get thousands of tourists from China, and I haven't seen any. When we were in Boracay for 4 days, and I didn't even, I didn't see there used to be groups and groups of Chinese tourists, but we haven't seen that in months, because what happened in the South China Sea. There's friction between the Philippines and China, and I'm sure the Chinese were probably ordered not to come to the Philippines anymore. And I know they had. I know when the current administration, the market administration, they because of that friction in the South China Sea, they rescinded a lot of contracts with China. That whatever China was doing here in the Philippines, building stuff, they got sent back to China because there's not a good feeling anymore with Filipinos here and Chinese. It's like just because all the stuff they do in the South China Sea, and then even now, I don't know if people know about Pogo. Pogo is like it's illegal gambling in China. They're not allowed to do illegal gambling like internet gambling in China. But there used to be people here in the Philippines. They built their infrastructure here in the Philippines. They're called Pogo, and like their servers and all. So basically, they're running their illegal gambling here that runs in China. Their equipment here in the Philippines. And what that did was because the people running those Pogo here were kind of like the Chinese mafia. They were also into other illegal stuff here, like human trafficking and drugs. So the current administration booted all the Pogos out. That's why it's even connected with like there's a surplus now of condominiums in Manila. There's like because Pogos were living in those condos and they got kicked out of the Philippines. But it's a whole other discussion, But relations between the Philippines and China, I don't think it's in a good state right now. It's like
Best friends no more.
yeah, they're not best friends. China, I wouldn't call China and the Philippines best friends. Countries national HD. That's a bad idea to give another country that much control and given source codes that are, yeah, yeah. You know, I don't think it's changed. The mentality with Chinese support, and I've even feel that with the locals here because I talk to people here, even Kalibo, I talk to friends and what their idea about China. And everybody just feels like China's the enemy, because like that's why the US is here now with all the bases the US is using here. US aircraft are in the Philippines. We got missiles now directed to hit, like if China has boats in the South China Sea. We bought a lot of missiles from India that can hit those ships. So I don't think it's a friendly relation anymore with China and the Philippines. Neen Cook. Hello, Gino. All right, all right. Highways being built by China. Dude was, well, that's another story, man. I try not to get political, I try not to get political, but I do know, 100% that Philippine and Chinese relationships are not very good anymore. I don't think we can consider China a friend of the Philippines. Southern Florida is the only place that has gators and crocs. Oh, nice, nice. Thanks for that information, Daniel. I don't know enough about gators and crocs, man. I don't know the difference. I don't know the difference. To me, they look alike. To me, they all look the same. Here in the Philippines, speaking of crocodile or gators, man, I've had sisig here made from that. And I ordered that, babe, at long time ago. Of course, they used to serve it at this bar. It no longer a bar now, but they had that in Boracay at the Boom Boom Bar. I had a sisig made of meat from a crocodile or a gator. It was pretty delicious, actually. I've had it. I had the sisig. I remember that.
Can I have your
Oh,
bread?
yeah, you can have our bread.
Relative.
Oh, Leanna, there's your Tito Horace. You at least want to say hello to your Tito Horace. Wait lang. Wait lang. Horace, Leanna, say wait lang. She's trying to get something. Oh, okay. I'm blocking her.
Good morning.
All right. I know Horace and Marie, they just like seeing Leanna. I guess Leanna's hungry. She's grabbing for the cereal box. And it's already 10:50, and they are Dazel is eating pandesal and Liana is eating cereal, and it's 10:50. It's almost lunchtime. Oh, they're happy to see the Diva and our Totoy. Always look forward to seeing them. I know, Horace. We Dazzle and I, we missed them too when we were in Boracay. We were like, especially the Diva. The Diva gets kind of like anxiety. Like she has separation anxiety. She gets sad when we're not here. And it's funny because we both have to be here. Dazzle and I both have to be here. Because if one of us is missing, then she gets sad. She likes it when both of us are here. Hopefully cheaper condo rental prices with Pogo gone. As a matter of fact, I've been checking on that, and I have seen prices go down in Manila area with the Pogo people being gone, because now there's a lot of available condos for rent. So I was actually talking to my friend Gray this morning. It's a perfect opportunity to snatch up a good deal on a condo in Manila, in my opinion. Because now that all those empty condos, because the Pogo people have been kicked out. So might be a good opportunity to find a cheaper condo or a cheaper rental. Gator. Hey, I know, man, Daniel. I had it. I had it when in Boracay. I don't know if another restaurant picked up that, but I know because the Boom Boom Bar, when it was open, my friends worked there. And that's what they told me. Man, we got a new thing. We got Gator CC. So I was like, all right, I'm always up to try it. And when I tried it, I said, man, this is pretty good. Tastes like chicken. I heard the Chinese are playing it cautious because we are reopening Subic. Uh, I think, Horace, the Chinese will have to play it pretty, like you said, cautious, because there are more and more U.S. troops in the Philippines, Horace. Now, I can confirm that 100%, because I have friends in Angeles City, and they see planes landing all the time in Angeles City. And would not surprise me. They're already using Subic to park some of the U.S. Aircraft carriers, so destroyers. So it might not be a base like it used to be, yeah, when Subic Bay was opened before, but definitely there is a heavy presence of American forces here in the Philippines. And I know and the Philippine government itself, Horace, they are spending a lot of money to uh, own Philippine budget. They're buying. They had delivery last year in April of these missile systems from India, and they're ordering more. So the Philippines itself is getting things to like protect themselves from aggression from China. So, and with the help of American troops here, I don't think China is going to be doing anything anytime soon. Yeah, and I don't think they want to mess with Donald Trump anyway. I think Donald Trump has made it known that he doesn't like China either. Rookie, is it easy to get around Calibo? Oh yeah, Calibo is like we are loaded here with tricycles in Calibo. There's jeepney. No shortage of tricycle, and the tricycle fare in Calibo to get you from point A to point B, pretty much anywhere in Calibo, costs 15 pesos. So that's about 25 US cents to catch a ride. When I first moved to Calibo, when I attended college in Calibo 2012 to 2016. From 2012 to 2014, I didn't even have a car. I just rode. I had my bicycle, and I rode public transportation. You definitely do not need a car or your own transportation if you live in Calibo. Ruben even told me that. Ruben was here for 2 weeks. He left for Angels, but he'll be back. This is kind of like his home base now, Calibo, and he gets around Calibo with the tricycles easy. He goes to the mall, he goes to the grocery, he goes to McDonald's. No need for your own transportation. Public transportation is awesome in Calibo. Tita Marie is not happy if she doesn't see Leanne. All right, all right. Where's Leanna? Your Tita Marie said she's not happy when she doesn't see you, Leanna. So there you go. There you go, Tita Marie and Tito Horace. What are you eating?
Cocoa Crunch.
Cocoa Crunch. She is eating Cocoa Crunch cereal.
Kaya pala naubos yung Cocoa Crunch ko.
Dazel is complaining. She said that's the reason why her Cocoa Crunch is disappearing. I bought you guys 2 boxes, babe. You got 2 boxes. One box is empty. Leanna knocked down 1 box of Cocoa Crunch already. This is Cocoa Crunch, similar to like cereal in the U.S. This is kind of like the Filipino version of like. There's the Diva's man. But both Liliana and Dazzle loves this Cocoa Crunch. And this box is knocked out. We got 1 more box left. Liana being Jeff Rocks. Are there good beaches in Calibo, or would you just go for beaches? Yeah, definitely. If you're looking for like white sand beaches, that would be in Boracay. The only white sand beach in mainland Aklan would be like Buruanga, but that's like further. It's Buruanga is close to Boracay. They have Ariel's Point there where people like to go cliff diving. But for the best beaches in our province, it's in Boracay Island. The sand here in Calibo, like at Lambingan Beach, It's that dark sand. And then, of course, because more people live in people live in Calibo, there's debris. There's debris on the beach. A lot more cleaner beaches in Boracay Island. Hey, there you go, babe. There you go. Are there a lot of empty lots for sale in Calibo? Oh, babe, I'll let you answer that. Are there a lot of empty lots in Calibo?
Yeah, I see it every time in a marketplace in Caribo.
Yeah, Dazel is 100% correct.
Yeah.
A lot of land available in Calibo. A lot of land available in Aklan province,
Yeah.
period. Everywhere here. It's like I do see Calibo. I'm predicting this. I would say Aklan province. I think in the next 10 years, we're probably going to be the next Dumaguete. There's going to be a lot more expats living here because they are constantly moving to our province because the lower costs here, low cost of living, and the low price of land. It's like not expensive here. That's why I've been here 14 years, man. I found like a good place in Aklan province, and more people are finding out about Aklan province.
Yeah, we still have a lot of open spaces.
A
in
lot of
Aklan.
a lot of open spaces, a lot of open spaces in Aklan.
Yeah. Even if you want to live off the grid.
Yeah, even if you want to live off the grid, yeah, like Ibahay probably or
Yeah.
Nabas,
Uh,
or even in
Altabas.
Altabas, Malinaw,
Yeah.
or what's that one place that's like really remote?
Oh, Madalag.
Yeah,
Was
past
that
Dalagi. I mean, uh,
with that white rocks
yeah, with our
formation?
yeah. But there, with Aklan province, to me, it's just I'm so amazed how large it is, and it's not heavily populated. The whole Aklan province, as big as Aklan province is, has maybe like 500,000 residents, 500,000 population. So it's hardly the only place where you can maybe feel that there's crowd would be Calibo, and Calibo only has like 100,000 people, so it's not anywhere like in our community here, our town of Numancia. There's 30,000 people, so and it's a lot of rice fields and a lot of fish ponds, so
Fish pond.
a lot of space, a lot of space.
Fish pond?
Yeah.
Fishing.
Yeah, fishing. Somebody had asked earlier, babe, when are you gonna go? Dazzle has been sick. That's why she hasn't been going fishing. During Ati-Atihan, Dazzle was sick, and and how about now?
I'm good.
You're good? All right. So
Fishing, I'm good.
you're good for fishing. You're good for fishing. HD. Yeah, Cocoa Puffs. I was trying to think of it. HD. Thank you. Thank you for that's
the cereal?
yeah, Cocoa Puffs is popular in the US, and your Cocoa Crunch is the Filipino version.
All right.
I was trying to think. I was like, what? I couldn't remember in my head what that cereal, because I haven't seen it in so long. I haven't seen Cocoa Puffs in so long. What's the best way, bus, trike, etc., Daniel, to get from your area to Raw City? Oh, that's easy, Daniel. Just Ceres. It's called the Ceres bus. CERES, a yellow bus, air conditioned. It's like a really nice bus. Even has a restroom in the back. The bigger ones, it has a restroom in the back. And from Calibo, that's the bus station here. If you ride it all the way to Rojas City, 2 hours at the most. Because the Ceres, they drive faster than me.
Yeah, they do.
It takes me 2 hours to go to Rojas City from here, from our house. But I know the Ceres buses go faster than me. They drive faster. And all you got to do is, I always tell this to people that use the Ceres bus in the whole Panay Island. Always look for the bus that says limited stops. At the windshield of the bus on the driver, there's a yellow sign that usually will say limited stops. That means the bus has certain stops that he will make going to his destination. So it gets there quicker. If they don't have that limited stops, anybody in the highway, like I can just stand in the highway and flag him and he'll stop.
Yeah.
And then even the passengers, they can be dropped off at so many. So you can be going like this on the bus. Stop,
Yeah.
go, stop, go.
Maybe the limited bus bay before they like umalis, baka tinatry na nilang mapuno.
Yeah, yeah. And the reason the limited stop one is able to do that is they wait till the bus is full before they leave the station. It's not like the other buses. They want to catch passengers along the way still.
Yeah. Nasakyan ko yan. We're not even like 10% yung bus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Umalis na kami.
yeah, yeah.
Advantage is like there's no waiting.
No waiting, no waiting. But the limited stops will still get there
Yeah,
quicker,
quicker.
because
we
they don't
always,
stop.
like, stop.
Because when you get on a
Go,
bus
stop
that
and
doesn't
go.
have the limited stop,
Yeah.
it will stop every like
Yeah, from Katiklan to Numancia, I think it took us more than 2 hours to get here. Because
because on the
this one
stops.
like stop
Oh,
and go,
there's the
stop and
diva.
go.
There's the
Oh,
diva.
Club. Come here kay Mommy. Ayaw?
Good to know. Thanks. All right, Neen. All right.
Okay,
Southern Calbeni. Is Tagalog widely spoken in a clan? Yes. What like even in Boracay Island, anywhere I've been here, I talk mostly in Tagalog, and they
Yeah.
understand me. And then sometimes when they speak in Aklan, of course, I've been here long enough, I can pick up words. But if you know Tagalog, you're good in Aklan
Yeah,
province.
you are good. Everybody here knows Tagalog.
Yeah.
They speak to you in Aklanan, but they understand you, and then they will like respond to you in Tagalog. If you speak Tagalog, yeah. Yay!
Dazel is right again. Unplugging and open lots. Go Dazel. Ah, you got a fan. Daniel's your fan, babe. Dazel.
Yeah, unplug everything.
Unplug
Oh,
everything.
no, not everything. Not the refrigerator.
Not the refrigerator. Yeah, she doesn't unplug the refrigerator.
Yeah, because I want my ice cubes.
Your ice cubes. Your ice cubes. You like your ice cubes. HD. Every Filipino learns how to speak Tagalog because it's the national language, but it's mostly a clanner for the locals. Yep, yeah. And because of TV, when you watch TV, the Filipino channels, they speak in Tagalog. That's why even Leanna learns her Tagalog at watching TV. Carl, what's Dazzle and Leanna's age gap? 18 years. 18 years. Dazzle is 18 years older than Leanna.
I was already an adult when Liana came.
Yeah, you're already an adult when Liana came. The USA allows over 10,000 chemicals in our food. Oh, man.
Oh. Hey, baby. Wanna go? Oh.
They got chemicals, man. Oh, no.
Chemicals.
Where is the best place for coffee in Numancia? The Coffee Digest.
Coffee Digest.
Right?
Or Burgess. What do you think? Have you tried Burgess?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of their coffee. Coffee Digest is the best coffee, in my opinion. And I'm the coffee drinker.
7-Eleven.
Because Dazzle doesn't drink coffee. I'm the coffee drinker. And Coffee Digest is my favorite coffee. It's along the Numancia Lezo Highway. It's like I can walk to Coffee Digest from our house, from Camellia Aklan. So if you're looking for it, just head towards Camellia Aklan, our front gate, and not too far, maybe 100 yards from the Camellia Aklan site.
It used to be the Ate Lorraine's.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, definitely. That was my favorite coffee, but the Pudding Cafe closed. The Pudding Cafe closed. So
they can always go to the cafe.
My go-to order, I'm a fan of cafe latte anywhere I go. So that's what I always order, a cafe latte. It doesn't matter if I'm in Calibo, doesn't matter, Starbucks, anywhere I go, I'm a cafe latte person. I like milk in my coffee. I'm not like the hardcore, but I do like the 7-Eleven, the French vanilla. I like the French vanilla coffee at 7-Eleven. All right, we're at the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna end the live stream here. I'm glad you guys came, babe. That way, at least Horace and Marie got to see the diva and Leanna. Oh, Horace and Marie, I was just gonna say, Leanna, this coming Saturday, she has a science competition in Calibo. So tomorrow, right, Leanna? Monday, we're
It's regional science.
regional science. So it's a
Is it
competition.
a competition already, not the exam?
No, I don't think so.
I think
Is
it's
that
the
the competition? Is it
exam.
the exam? Is it?
I think it's the exam because
Oh,
oh my
anyway,
goodness.
either it's a competition or either it's an exam. Regional science is a big school
Are
here
you
in.
going to Kalibo?
Yeah, they're going to Calibo on Saturday, and tomorrow, Leanna, we're gonna get our list of science topics that we have to study. So this week we're gonna be busy studying science.
It's the exam for her if she wants to study there for grade 7. It's like entrance exam.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll find out for sure. We'll find out for sure because Leanna told me it's a competition, baby. So, but we'll find out for sure. We'll report back. We'll find out by Friday for sure because we're gonna get the list of material to study anyway. We're gonna Leanna and I will be studying science come Monday to Friday in preparation for the Saturday thing.
Yeah, she showed me like this coupon Monday and scheduling.
All right. What's your scientific submission, Leanna? She doesn't know yet. We'll find out, HD. We'll find out tomorrow. I'm ready for football. Made chili dip tonight. All right, Brian. All right. Like gumbo. Wait, man. I know. I'm cooking right now. I have something on the crock pot. I'm making a beef caldereta.
That's the reason I woke up.
That's the reason why you woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're smelling my cooking. That's what. Maybe that'll be my trick from now on. That way they'll wake up. It's like I'll start cooking.
What's that?
Yeah, I have a making beef caldereta in the crock pot, so it should be ready for lunch.
I was like, ooh, that's good.
All right, have a great weekend, Daniel. All right, good luck, kiddo. We'll be all right. Thanks, Horace. Thanks,
Oh,
Horace.
that's nice job.
We'll be studying. We'll be studying, Horace. So Monday to Friday this week, Leanna and I will be on our science studying a lot of science. I'm scientifically literate, so feel free. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Actually, my friend Joel actually mentioned something about that because he knows a lot about AI. So he was saying Leanna's got an iPad, so we might bring it to Joel's house in Calibo because we might, once I get the topics, we'll put it on the. I guess Joel said we can put it on the AI and it'll quiz Leanna on that topic. So more to come. We'll find out. More to come. Nice job. All right, Horace. Take care, Horace.
Bye,
take care, Marie.
guys.
Bye, everyone.
See you
Thank you
next
for
week.
being on the live stream. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless everyone. Thank you.
Liana.
Leanna.
Science.
You're gonna be the science whiz, girl.
That's new.
That's new. Yeah.
In live stream right there. Cancel there, babe.
Cancel.
And then
Cancel.
live stream.
Oh, right there. In live stream. All right. That was new. I was like, what is that? That's new thing. All right. Bye, y'all. Oh, yeah. There's Brian. I caught the bye, y'all. Bye, y'all, Brian. All right. The text says, y'all.